Yes, my name's Phillip Dellinger. I have my wife and two daughters adopted from China, went to this church, both of them were baptized in it, and back in the 2000s, and I don't remember exactly when we left for a bigger youth program, but I was on that search committee. I think John and Elaine were both on it too, and it was the second search committee we had, which is in a few years, because we had one preacher that left, Kevin Likens, and we had got another young preacher in here for a while, Michael Hardy, and then he left. So we went at it again, but I mean, when we got all the applicants that came, Dr. Lee stood out real quickly for I think all of us really, but we did the due process and it took a while. But I'll never forget when we came to the church and said we made a decision, a recommendation, and we had an after the service meeting for question and answer, and there was an older retired preacher in here, and I cannot remember his name, but Medford, but he, I think everybody was, we told him about the references, and we told him about all the facts and things we've learned, and we had seen other preachers come in. So we strongly recommended Dr. Lee, but that one preacher, and I think he liked to do this, but I was up here answering questions and stuff. Well, he asked me, will that man call me? I said, I'm sure he will, but I can't, I'll call him and ask him to call you. Well, he went on and on about that and wasn't satisfied. But I knew him well. My daughters, we'd go to see him and stuff, but I think he was just giving me grief. But in the end, I just asked, I said, I'm going to get him to call you. Does that answer your question? And he said, no. And I just started dying laughing. And I knew he would, and he did call him, and Medford was very much on board after that phone call. So it was, and I live around here, but I drive down Glade Road, and I always go by the sign, and I see Dr. David Lee up there. I'm like, he's still there. It makes me feel good. Yeah. He's a good one. Thank you.
Hey, Phil, didn't you have something to do with his did you know?
Oh, well, I really like this did you know stuff, and a while ago when he was about to close the service, I had my hand up for a bit, but I put it down. So I was probably not appropriate here, but what I was going to do is ask him, am I not going to get to hear a did you know? So I always enjoyed that. It's one of it was a unique quality. He made it up. He brought it in here, but we always look forward to it. A lot of times it was a good way to get everybody's attention to start the
I
thing
heard
off.
your wife would bring you.
Yeah, you and she would both give me, hey, did you
Oh,
see
that's
this?
right. My wife
This is a great
Yes.
did you know.
Yes, my wife was looking for me. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Fed that. Now,
Yes.
it had to keep going.
it's a tradition.
I really don't tell jokes, but I do give information, and sometimes I try to make it serious, like, did you know that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son?